everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Guardian of Honor. Before I do though, let me give out the redeem code for today. As you can see in the corner, I am using the dragon model avatar thing again. Let me know what you think of it. I'm probably going to be posting a poll over top this video, like right here on your screen. It's also in the description if you are on mobile, and I think I might actually use it more often. As long as 50% or more of you vote for yes for it, I will probably start using it in most of my videos. Not all my videos, just more than I have been. Now I've mostly just been using it like on occasion, normally just with longer videos. But in the future, I might just start using it in more videos in general if you guys want it. So I just want to see what your guys' opinion is on it, just get some feedback. And anyways, here's the code, W55. GYL4TEU, and that gives the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Let's just use that gem key real quick, see what we get, and let's actually show these Guardian teams. Anything good? Nope. Sacred Guardian. Well, it's not horrible. I just don't need it. So let's get into these teams. Let's see. Oh, we're actually up against something pretty hard too. Let's go first with the early game team with Honor, and then do a late game team. I like separating between these two because the way you use it tend to be a little bit different between the both. We're going to be using Alistair, Honor, Rowan, Valkyrie, and you could replace Alistair if you wanted for Corvash instead. I wanted to go with these though, since everyone can get Alistair and Rowan. Alistair you get from completing the Kedar questline, and Rowan you get from completing the Forest of Florence questline. Honor you'd get within probably like 10 to 20 guild keys, even if you're using them just whenever. And Valkyries are rare, so most of you should probably have that. So a fairly easy team to be able to compose. Valkyrie, of course, would be filling up Alistair and Rowan. Alistair will be using for armor boost, and Honor, of course, is what we're doing this video for. It's just like all the other Guardians. It creates 15 gems of a mix of its own color plus whatever one you choose. With Honor, you'd normally want to use it on either the color that you're spawning with your team. This one, of course, would be blue because of Valkyrie, or on Skulls. The main reason you'd use on Skulls is he does give armor buff to everything other than himself. Everything other than himself. So his buff is basically going to be negating out the Skulls. And if you happen to have him traded and have him in first slot, he's going to be having stoneskin, which of course if you pick up Skulls you happen to miss, you're going to be resisting a lot more damage than you would be otherwise. And one really unique thing about Honor is if you get him fully traded, he actually has the highest stats of any troop in the entire game, because he gains 10 to all skills whenever playing in PvP, which of course is going to be most of your battles unless you're farming something like Explore or just doing quest lines. But in those you wouldn't even be using Honor in a team like that. But still, that is a lot of stats. Of course, that is 40 additional stats, 10 to everything. That can be a huge buff, and he does have a 1-to-1 ratio on his armor buff as of currently, so every single one of those 10, that's an additional 10 armor to all 3 of your other troops. So that is a pretty huge boost on that. One thing to note is he does have a 4 times boost ratio on stun troops. Like this team, you could replace Alistair with Emperor Corvash if you want to, or something like that. If you happen to have Emperor Corvash with it fully traded, because Emperor Corvash, of course, does stun on 4 times or higher matches, which every single stun on the enemy team, that's an extra 4 armor for you. Normally, I don't use it with Corvash. The main reason is Corvash, of course, does true damage, and there isn't much need for true damage, as normally with Honor teams, you'll be using things that boost based off of armor, like something like Rowan, like Paladin, and basically anything, essentially a set type warrior, literally anything in the game that boosts by armor. And currently every single thing that has a boost by armor ratio on them only does physical damage. So putting something like a Corvash, you will be getting the buff from it, but you're not going to be getting the true damage with it, because all of them are only physical damage. So let's get into this then. Of course, the general premise is just to get Rowan as buffed up as possible, and then just completely team wipe them in 1 or 2 casts. Plus, we are using Valkyrie with this team, so we will be gaining souls just for doing normal battles. So we are going to want to focus down Valkyrie first if we can. We do want to make sure Corvash doesn't get up too much. I'm pretty much going to ignore him for the most part, though. Mercy's actually going to be helping us here, I do believe. Yes, she's going to be giving us our yellows that we need to be able to get up our Valkyrie, so we're going to do just that. Preferably, we do not want to convert out the browns. Oops, I just left the reds there. Preferably, we do not want to convert out the browns, as we will be needing those for our honor to be able to get off that buff. So right here, we are going to use it on red, since we are frozen on red anyways. Might as well use it on it. There we go. We have Alistair up. We don't use purple on this team, but he does remove purple, so that will be able to negate that for us. A couple moves that we can do here. We can't take that extra turn because it's going to pull it too far down, and he'll just get a bunch of browns off it. So we're going to take it from right here instead. Get a bunch of random manas. I believe he's going to get Corvash up right here, which likely means... Oh, nope, he goes for Valkyrie instead. So let's do our armor buff. It'll remove some of the purples, give us huge armor. Also give us that little shield there, which will help negate that skull that he just did. Free browns, I'll take that. We'll be able to... We could convert again. Try getting another Alistair cast. I think I'm going to. We are going to be giving him a lot of blues on the board, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to take skulls anyway, so it's not going to matter, at least for our next turn. So let's do the same exact thing again. We'll just shield back up. He'll just waste his turns on skulls, hopefully the top ones. If he takes the top ones, then he'll waste 2 turns. If he takes the bottom one, he might only waste 1 turn. Let's see. Okay, good. So he'll definitely waste 2 turns. We're not frozen on red, so we can definitely take that. Got some purples too, even though we don't need it. And I think it is about time we cast our Rowain. Unless we gamble with this brown. We could gamble on a brown surge in hopes that we get it up. I think we're going to do it. Let's see. Okay, we got it. So we are going to be able to get that cast off. He'll waste this turn on the skulls. Actually, he's going to waste 2 turns on skulls. Oh, wait, never mind. There's too many greens here. It depends. I'm scared which direction he might take this. Since we're not frozen on it, I think I'm just going to take the skulls from him. We'll take that. So now we can actually get off our armor buff for our honor. Of course, like I said, you normally want to use this either on the color that you have on your spawning, which is for this team blue, or you want to use it on skulls. In this instance, I'm going to use it on skulls because, as you can see, we've been armor buffing up our Alistair. So if he takes skulls, he's not only going to waste his turn pretty much, he's also going to be basically doing no damage to us. Like, as you can see right here, he's going to take skulls, he just wastes his turn, or Sentry wastes his turn. He's not casting, so that's the main thing. So we're not frozen on anything anymore. Let's just take that. We'll get a bunch of mana. We even have our honor up if we want to cast it again. I'm not going to, though, because I believe that is enough damage to kill, or pretty close. Of course, we could use Valkyrie again if we need to. I'm going to wait just in case that doesn't kill. Okay, it doesn't, so we'll be able to use that to get up Rowain again. And that's already going to be the match. We'll just convert out some of the purple to yellow. We'll use it on brown since this match is already over. And there we go, the team wipe. Plus, we're going to get max souls for the match because of Valkyrie. So yeah, that is how you can use Honor. Very easy team to build too, since you can get both of the epics from quest lines. Honor should be very easy just by using several dozen guild keys, which you can easily get within a week. And Valkyrie's only a rare, so fairly easy drop to obtain. So let's go into the more late game version of this build, though still somewhat easy to build as well. Against Corvash, Famine, Valkyrie, Bat, this is going to be annoying. One thing to note about Honor is it is a bit bad against true damage, like Bat, Corvash, things like that. It does have a relatively low HP. Well, technically, Honor doesn't have a relatively low HP, but things that you use with Honor tend to have a relatively low HP, like Rowain, Set-type Warrior. Green Seer is actually a little bit higher, so we should be okay, fine then. We should be able to survive a couple casts from it. Again, general premise, get Rowain all the way up. She does have the highest boost ratio in the entire game for armor boosting, which is why we are using it so much. Set-type Warrior also has a 1-to-1 ratio, and we'll be able to armor buff our Rowain. Green Seer is for the to be able to mana generate for both our Rowain and Set-type Warrior. And Honor, of course, will be doing essentially the same thing that it did last time, except we're using it as a tank now with stoneskin. Plus, it'll be having the virtue of Honor, 29 attack at only ultra rare. Plus, it's just going to be even higher as it gets the epic, legend, and mythic. These guardians are going to be ridiculous at mythics, particularly Honor. just because of how high stats are compared to any other troop in the game. Like, even at Ultra Rare, it almost has the high stats in the game. By Mythic, I'm pretty sure it would definitely be without a challenge at all. Probably even by Epic it would be, or Legendary. But anyways, let's get into this match. We're actually using the same exact banner, brown to be able to get up honor quicker. Yellow, and we used it last match on Valkyrie because she had 10 mana just to be able to get it up in 2 turns. We got a Surge. We're doing the same thing with Green Seer in this team lineup. One of the reasons I don't ever set it to purple, like why I'm not using a +1 purple, is because Mercy is fairly popular, being able to convert out purple to yellow. So I tend to prefer using a +1 yellow as my default rather than a +1 purple. That's my main reasoning with that. I know earlier on in the game, most of you don't have to really deal with Mercy since most people don't have the trait stones to be able to get her up, but late game she's like everywhere, which is why I mentioned it and changed my banner accordingly. But yeah, general premise, same exact thing essentially, except we're using our honor as our primary tank. So we'll take these reds here, take the extra turn. We don't actually use reds though. So we actually could have set our banner to something like the Frozen banner. Though, again, if they had a Mercy or something, that would kind of defeat the purpose. So we are going to bait out skulls if we can. He'll take one of those skulls in some way. We'll take the yellow off it. I believe we'll even take an extra turn if he takes it correctly. And we do, or he does. We even can get purple. We can get yellow. We don't need that much mana, though. Looks like we're going to have to convert out the brown, most likely, unless we get some kind of other alignment from this drop. Red, I think. No, not red. Actually, from that cascade, we got almost everything up. We're only 1 mana short. So really not worth wasting it on that. I'll probably just use Rowan again, and then we can start getting Green Seer to give us the mana that we need. One big problem with this team is we do not have something actually feeding brown mana. One thing that we could actually do instead is use Apothecary instead of Rowan. We'd be doing actually a lot less damage overall, but we would have a very big mana loop that we can do and kind of just use Tacet Warrior as our main damage source between the armor boosting of Honor and the Tacet Warrior. So that's another alternative. I'm pretty sure Rowan is much quicker though, just because of the sheer amount of excellent damage that she does. So I don't believe we have anywhere that we can cast this, which is why I'm hesitating. I kind of just want to cast it just to get it out, but I don't think it'll be worth it at all. So I am going to take these purples, even though we don't need it. He'll waste his turn on the skulls. We'll then get out that nice yellow convert right there. Preferably, I'd actually not want to use it on yellow if we could refrain from doing so, but I believe I'm kind of forced to if we want a bunch of mana. So we are going to use it here on yellow. Should get almost both of them up, if not both of them. Yep, there we go. Of course, whenever you use Tacet Warrior with Rowan or Tacet Warrior with any other troop that does based on armor boosting, you of course want to use the Tacet Warrior first, and then use the other one just so it has more armor to be able to use. I'm pretty sure this match will be going without even using Honor a single time, but of course, as you can see, he's doing a lot of work with his stoneskin, with the fact that he has 10 additional HP and armor. On top of that, even attack and magic. But of course, we're not really using either of those two. We're mainly just using the HP and armor to make sure he does not die. I guess we're using skulls there. It's not going to kill him. Oh, well, maybe. One more skull will. That was pretty lucky. We'll take that as well. We'll be able to get another Rowan cast out. No extra turn, though. So it might actually be a waste. Oh, no, we can use it on purple. I don't think that's going to be enough mana to get Tacet up, though. No, it's not. Very close. We'll get another skull. Wow, we actually did. Okay, I lied about the attack. We did get to use it. We ended up killing out something else with stoneskin, the Emperor Corvash with it. So yeah, we'll just take these skulls, and that Rowan cast will definitely be the team wipe then. So that is essentially how you would use Honor in teams. Of course, you'd want to use it with anything that boosts based off of armor, or the primary things that you'd be using it with. And preferably things that don't have mana conflict, like Bombot, for instance, you would likely not want to use with Honor, as there is a huge mana conflict, as both of them only use brown. But anyways, if you have any questions about any of the Guardians or have other Honor teams, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget about that poll that I have in the comment section below too. Let me know what you think of this dragon thing. I know quite a few of you like dragons, but I figured and I know I like dragons, but I figured I ask before I just like start randomly doing it in a bunch of videos. And of course, as you can see in the battles, the dragon doesn't actually block anything. Mostly just the art of the last troop. It doesn't actually block the stats or the mana or anything of the last. So that will wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.